Today I will be showing you how to make these cheetah print Louis Vuitton nails. This is an acrylic set. It is also polygel friendly, and I will also be showing you all of the products that I use. So get ready to jump right in.
Just keep it white and black as if I'm your sister. I'm too hip to hop around town, I hear it, ya. I heard that pussy for the taking. I heard it got these other niggas.
Welcome back, Baddie babies. I am so excited to see y'all here today, and if you're new, welcome back. Today we will be doing this beautiful set. Those two products that were just shown was the magnets and also the nail tips that I used. These nail tips, I would have showed you the actual box, but it actually has no brand name on the box, so it is good for resale. It may be a little bit expensive, but if you're doing an expensive brand, you could definitely use those nail tips for resale as a supplier. These are full nail tips, and I just glued them right down. These are going to be the filers that I am using. They are 60-60 grip. The only thing I will say about these nail files is that the black part does seem to shed off, and it does leave like a really unhappy look for me personally, so I'm just using them until I run out. But I do love how the 66 grit goes in, especially if you don't have a automatic nail file and you're doing all of this manually. It definitely gets the shape that you would like and need. Like I said, the only thing that I do not like about it is the black residue it leaves, but I'm sure you could find it in a different color if you needed to. That's just what matched my aesthetic at the time. Just like I have these pink dentist bibs, but whatever matches your aesthetic, I'm sure you could find that color in whatever you need. The first thing you're gonna need is this Born Pretty jelly set, and then we also have the Joy cat eye, and that's what we're gonna use for our base colors. They're so pretty. They're definitely a deeper color for jelly, but I love it so much. And like I said, we're just going in with that Joy cat eye right now. It is so beautiful. And then we're gonna get this magnet that comes with it. It's a super strong magnet. It definitely moves the stuff around, so if you're not used to it, it will take some time getting used to. All I'm doing right now is making I'm attempting to make a S shape, just so that could be like the first wave of that reflection for our water part. Now we're only doing this particular portion of the design on 4 nails, so we're gonna skip the index because we have the full design planned for the index, so that is just going to be one solid color. And as I go in with this, of course, I'm just wiping around the edges, and I found out a way to make this a little bit easier. At first I was making it harder by swiping it all the way over, but just put the magnet at the bottom left corner and then put it at the top right corner, and then you could just go ahead and round out the edges that are supposed to be more circular. Once again, you could do this however you want, whatever you think is going to make the water look best, but this is how I went in and did it. I feel like it really gave it a shiny effect at the end.
I don't play with my pen. I mean what I write, yeah. Whoa, whoa. You can't help but be sexual. Tell me your schedule. I got a lot of new tricks for you, baby. Just saying I'm flexible. I do what they can to get you off. Not just fucking with my makeup on. You can like me that
Now that we've finished applying our cat eye and we've cured it, Now we're just gonna go in with our Born Pretty gel. This specific palette only has 2 blues. I used both of them, so if you get that palette, just use both of them, okay? And then here all I'm doing is applying it in like little sections, and then I'll also apply the other color in the other section that is open after I am done applying that gel, so that we'll be able to blend it together. I just get my little daughter tool and I mix it around. Now I do want to let you know I am just going to be using the one daughter tool to make it easier. We're going to be using like one daughter tool and one brush, so you really don't need too much for this design. That's why I was like, this is beginner friendly, because you may not have all the tools and products to use it. But pretty much all I did was use paints and as well as acrylic and my one daughter tool and my application, which we'll see in a second. I actually used 2 different brushes for it, but that's because the brushes I have are not really all that. I highly would not recommend them, but they are the Saviland acrylic nail brushes. They work for a little bit, but they tend to dry out quick and a lot of acrylic gets stuck in them. But we do have to remember that they are only about like $8-9 for a 3-pack. Okay, a good brush, you're gonna be spending about $60 on one brush. And I'm so glad to say, because I know y'all have been hearing me complain in my videos about this acrylic brush, so I actually finally did order a new one. I can't wait to do a little unpackaging on that. I'll probably just do it short. It's not probably gonna be good enough for a whole video, but we'll see what I'll do there. Let me know what you would like to see. The product that was just shown is the Model 1's white and black gel polish. Right now we are just going to be using whites, and then we also have our blooming gel that also comes in a 2-pack that is from Mia's Secret. And y'all know I love that top coat that comes in that pack with that Mia Secret, that glass top coat, baby. Yes, okay. So all I'm doing right now is, the first thing I did was apply a layer of blooming gel, because we need something for the stuff to bloom on. Then we're gonna put white dots on top of that layer, and none of this is with curing. You're not going to cure first in between. We're doing all of this at the same time. Once you add those white dots on there, you're then gonna go back in with some more blooming gel, and you're just going to tap that slightly on top of the white dots so it could spread even more. Just give it a little bit of time to spread. Once you let it spread, all you're gonna do is wipe down the sides. If you plan on filing all that off, cool, but I would highly suggest that you wipe down the sides and just make it like a little less thick, because I know in your mind you're probably like, dang, this is a lot of layers. That's why we let it bloom, and then that's why we wipe it off, okay? At least me. Let me not say we, but that's how I do it, because I want to make sure that I get the texture that I'm attempting at. So like I said, you're gonna do that one layer of blooming gel. You're then gonna add the white dots, and then you're going to add some blooming gel on top of those white dots. Not immediately after, but once the blooming gel spreads, go ahead and wipe down those sides so you could get the effect that you're looking for. Now that we're finished with that, we're just gonna go back in with that Born Pretty gel This specifically, I only used the number 4 for this portion just so it could look a little bit more blue, because the other blue had a tiny bit of a greenish tint to it. So this just made it look a little bit more like the ocean for me. And then I went in with that gold gel and did one more layer of cat eye effect. For this portion of the cat eye, I really kind of just went over it slightly, because remember we already do have that layer of cat eye underneath. So this just put a little bit of extra shine onto it, and I didn't really make that exact shape. I kind of just distributed it out so it could be a little bit less pigmented. And that is how we got our final look over our ocean.
I got that gas, gas. I got that gas, gas. That gas, gas. That gas, gas. Nigga, I got that gas, gas. That gas, gas. That gas, gas. That gas, gas.
All right, now I have 2 different acrylic powders that I am going to be applying. The first one is a clear, which I am applying now. It does look a little bit whitish, but trust me, it is clear. And we're just gonna apply that over the whole nail portion. Now, for this portion, we wanna make sure that the ocean is still able to be seen. So that's why we put the acrylic on last, and also to cover up the art a little bit, have it more kept in so it could stay shinier. And we're just going around that, cleaning it up. As you can see, I was having a little bit of a hard time here. If you've been watching my channel, then you would know I'm more of a long nail girly. So honestly, I really don't do short nails, but these still came out super cute. And I know they probably look a little bit thick to you right now, but baby, we're gonna get to filing, and we are going to file these down to where they need to be, the shape that we want, which is square. The only fingers that we will be putting clear acrylic on in this moment is going to be the index and the middle finger. We will still be using it for the other fingers, but for right now we're only doing the index and middle. So let me get into this second powder. This second powder that you see on the left side over here is not a shade from the can that it is in. It's actually a few different acrylic powders that I mixed together, but any type of pink that you could get, like a pink acrylic powder, go ahead and use that. That's what we're going to be using for the inside of the French nail, because these acrylic nails actually are fully acrylic. You could also do this with the polygel. Just do it in the same way how I'm doing it first. We're going to apply this first. We're going to then let it dry, and then we are going to shape it. We're going to do all of that first before applying that second layer. And then, like I said, just any shade of a deeper pink you could get. My pink was a little bit light once I saw how it came out, but whatever shade you would like to desire, go ahead and go with that.
On the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Hit the whip, put it up for my seeds. No trip for the eye disease. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. Bitch, watch your mouth. Watch it. Bitch, stay in your place. Bitch, get out the way. My bitch on your ass can pay. No disrespect. The nigga be trippin', but we love, yeah. Swapping out cars with my bitch. I bought her the Lambo, she bought me the Ray. Swapping, practice, 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 make I just flip the switch. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top. Hey, this a rolling, not a stop. Why shit don't never stop? Just the flow that got the block hot.
Alright, now it's time to start filing your Frenchie. I just demonstrated on one nail here so you could see. You're just going to file around it until you get that perfect rounded shape that you are looking for. Now we're just going back in with our acrylic powder. This is the clear acrylic powder to be specific, and adding that to the rest of the French portion we are missing. And just make sure you're straightening it up as good as you can. This is a like trust the process type thing, because baby, you really do have to trust the process to see this coming, because at first you're gonna be like, oh, this do not look right, but this is what it's gonna look like after you file them to the shape that you want. You're gonna go ahead and put some oil on there, and the oil I am using is by Acrylics. And then I'm going to take a buffer and I'm just gonna buff it out. That's the way I can make it smooth as possible for me. And my drawings do seem to go on a bit easier. Also, everything after that, all the gels that I put on there, everything. So just put some oil on there and buff those babies out like real good. Make them as smooth as you possibly can. Now I'm just going in with my Model 1's base coat. This does come in a 3-pack. It comes with clear top coat, your base coat, and also your matte top coat. Love it so much, like real bad, locked in real bad, better than the Macart. Because if y'all seen my other videos, you know I love me some Macart, but this Model 1's, I love it real bad. So we're gonna go ahead and put our base coat on, and then we are going to fully cure. Usually when I do my base coat, I do double cure, just so, I don't know, it just gives it like a little extra, or I'm just a little extra. However you want to see it, that could be how it is. And then we're going to be using our Savvyland liner gels today, okay? That is the specific pack that I got. So if you just search that up, you will find that one. And I'm just going to go in and start making this cheetah print. And cheetah print is not just 2 lines in a dot. You could do 3 lines in a dot in a circular motion. You could do 2 lines in a dot next to each other. You could make a full circle and leave it a little bit open and add a dot in there and then some dots on the outside. However you want to do it, whatever makes you think it's gonna look cute is the best. And also, this is my first time doing cheetah print, so mine might not even be the best, but you know what? It came out to the best I could do, and I love that for me.
See a rich nigga, why you still hitting licks? Nigga spinning bread, but he still can't hit. Bitch, please. Lamborghini keys, pussy dripping ice, he get flown out to me. Bitch, please. I want a man with the beat.
Once you're done with that, we're just gonna go into that number 2 Savvyland liner. And we're gonna take that and we're going to line it around the portion of the Frenchie, because that is going to be our base line. That is going to be the line we put the glittery pink over in the end. So you just want a base line. And I'm putting that on every single one of them.
I'm too hip to hop around town, I hit with ya.
I heard that pussy for the taking. I heard they got these other niggas going crazy. Yeah, I treat you like a lady.
Now we're just gonna take our number 16 brown gel and we are going to use that to paint our index and our middle finger. For the index, we want it fully covered in brown. This is a beautiful brown color and it's gonna go perfectly for our bag-like finger, okay? And then on the middle finger, we're only doing half of that nail. So half straight down, you could do half across, however you wanna do it, whatever looks cute to you, so you could change it up in your own way. That is perfect. But that middle one, I just went straight down the middle. That's all I did there. And you see I just wiped off the sides to make sure that it's nothing extra there. I mean, I was being a little extra the way I was pressing on them. You really only have to wipe down them once, but I don't know, I just be doing stuff. I done wiped off the whole thing and had to repaint it. So just do be cautious on how you want to do that. And then this is the half a nail I was talking about. And for me, I kind of went a little bit off center, like that brown isn't fully down the center, just because I am going to use a different color as a line. Now we're just gonna go in with this tan shade so we could start our Louis Vuitton design. The first thing that I did was make the V. We're gonna make the V first. If you want to keep your V and your L very, very perfect, I would highly suggest that you cure in between takes. Like once I did this V, I should have cured it, but instead I decided to do the whole design. So it's just whatever you decide. I just do believe next time I do it, I will cure the V before I do the L. Now that we're going to the L, it's just gonna be a little bit under those first two parts of the V. We're gonna put the L in the center, and then we're going to make a slanted line going towards the left. Once you make that slanted line, you just want to make sure it goes a little bit past the bottom of the V. You're going to make another line that goes a little bit to the right of the center of the V, and then make a upwards line, like is it diagonal? I believe so, a diagonal line. Now I'm just going in and making this cross shape, and then we're just going to round out the pointy parts of the cross so that it could be more of a flower shape, like a rounded flower. Once you're done curing that, we're just gonna go back in with that brown color that we used as our base, and we're gonna go ahead and dot it in the middle of the flower and then let that cure. Now we are going to start on our pink flower. So beautiful. And I also want to let you guys know that I did use this nail as a tutorial nail, so you could just like see how to do the design from here. On the middle nail, I had already did that first, so this is just to show you how to do the actual design, since it's more space for you to understand. So all I did was just make a stick figure shape for that flower. I did like the little neck, the arms, and the legs, and then to make those flower petals at the top of the stick figure shape, we're going to make like a V on top of it. You're gonna put a V on each and every single one of them, so practically connecting to that middle figure. And then we are just gonna round it out from the top of that portion all the way to the middle of the center. And then we're gonna do 2 coats of this pink shade. It is the light pink, and like I said, all the polishes I used are going to be in that Saviland kit. It does come with a lot of colors, I believe like 36 of them, but this is the lightest pink that they have in there. And we're just gonna go ahead and do 2 coats so you could see the depth in that pink. Now we're just gonna go in with that glitter pink polish and we're gonna outline the petals. And you're gonna physically outline exactly where you did it to, all the way to the center. So you're gonna make each individual petal outlined so that you could actually see the flower and it's not just looking like a globular shape, okay? Once you do that, you're gonna also just fill in the edges a little bit, like closer, not to the center, but to the outside of the flower. You're gonna make those a little bit more with pink too, so it could look like it has that gradient.
That you lost without me. All my bitches feel like I dodged the county. Fucking with you feel like jail, nigga. I can't even exhale, nigga. Pussy like holy grail, you know that. You gon' make me need bail, you know that. Caught you with your friend, you ain't even had me like you know that. Got me a bag for the brick, you know that.
Now we're gonna go in with our yellow color and we're just gonna dot that in the middle. I also did 2 coats of this yellow color because this is the face of the flower. So you want to make sure that it's not see-through and you're not seeing the other colors. Once you're done with that, you're gonna go in with your red sparkly liner gel for the mouth. And then you're just gonna take the black and your dotting tool and you're gonna make the 2 eyes. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna go in with our Model 1's top coat. Now do not put this over the whole entire nail. You're just gonna do this on the inside of the French tip and the parts of the nail with the design on it. So the Louis Vuitton portion and the flower portions. I was sitting there debating if I should make the flower shiny, but then as I was looking at it, I just decided it would be more better as matte. So we're gonna go ahead and matte all the portions with brown and then the flower as well, so it could stand out from the water. And then like I said, just the inside of the Frenchies, since that is not the water either. The only thing we really want to shine here is the water portion. Now we're just going in with the Model 1's top coat. As you could see, if you buy that pack, we're gonna use the whole entire pack for that nail. That 3-pack, the matte coat, the top coat, and the base coat, you're gonna use all of them. So I would suggest just going ahead and getting the 3-pack instead of buying them individually unless you already have them. I just really love their top, their base, and their base coats. Like, yeah, that's bomb. And as you can see, I just put that on the water so that could remain shiny and you could tell the difference in the design. This is the final result. I hope you guys loved this design as much as I loved it. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and comment what you would like to see next. And I'll see y'all next time on Baddie, guys.